You want a cuppa, Lizzie?
No.
Oh, don't let's twist your arm, Lizzie. You know you always like a cuppa.
I said I didn't want one.
But come on, love. We're sorry about what happened. We were just trying to do what was best for you.
Yes, we were, Lizzie, honest.
For my own good.
Well, of course it was. How were we supposed to know that you knew Marcia was putting one over on you? We just didn't want to see you getting hurt.
Hurt? I couldn't be more bloody hurt than I am now. Why didn't you mind your own business?
We know it all worked out wrong, Lizzie, but we were trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You remember that time that I thought Kev was going to marry Dor for her money and I came to see you? You told me not to interfere, to keep out of it as long as Dor was happy, everything would be all right. Well, this was the same. Only you had to go and stick your noses into it.
Yeah. Well, see what good advice I gave you. Look, love, we're just trying to say we're sorry.
We are, Lizzie. We're your friends, remember?
Friends? What sort of friends are you? You didn't even ask me what I thought. And now you're gonna muck up the whole thing. Friends.
All right, Burke, what's the matter?
As soon as you leave me alone, they'll bash me up and pinch all my stuff.
All right, leave it to me. Now listen here, you lot. If anything should happen to Burke, I'll know who's responsible. So unless you want to spend some time in the pound, I suggest you steer clear. You understand?
Oh, give us one. Oh, you've got plenty. You can spare one.
Lizzie?
Come on, give us one. I'll give you back two when we get our buy-ups.
Drop dead.
Oh, I hope they rot your lungs.
Doreen, a visitor for you.
Me? That's funny. Kevin should be at work.
It isn't Kevin. You put that cigarette out and get back to work, Burke.
If it's not Kevin, I wonder who it is. No one else ever comes to see me.
Come along. Where did you get that?
It's my business.
Well, I'm making it mine. Now, come on, Lizzie. Where did you get it?
I bought it. I bought a whole packet.
You bought it? Who from? Not from Burke.
What if it was?
Well, I thought you'd have more sense and have anything to do with her.
She was the only one who had any fags, wasn't she?
What'd she charge you?
$5.
$5 for one packet? You must be out of your head.
Listen, it's like I said, you mind your own business and leave me alone, B. After what you and Dor did to me, you can both go to blazes.
I wonder where Doreen is. She'll get back soon. She's going to miss her lunch.
Come on, Lizzie, tell us where you got him.
I bought them.
How could you? You know we've lost our buy-up privileges.
She got them from Nolene Burke.
Oh, I wonder she'd let you have them.
Oh, well, she had to pay through the nose for them. Come on, tell him, Lizzie.
It's my business.
Now listen, what did she charge you for them, Lizzie?
I just said that's my business.
She paid $5 for one lousy packet of fags.
$5? You have to be crazy to pay that.
I just had to have them, don't you understand?
Yeah, just like Burke to make a profit out of us, too.
Good. What a dreary-looking pack of old cows. Missing your fags, are you? I got plenty.
And I'd like to shove them right down your throat.
Anyone want one?
Oh, giving them away now, are you?
Oh, that'll be the day. No, but I'll make you a deal. Only 25 cents a fag.
25 cents, you bludger.
Yeah, come off it. That's a bit much, Nolene.
That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
I'd like to wipe the floor with you.
Listen, drop it, will you?
All right, what's going on?
You're getting at me, Mr. Fletcher. On account of I got buy-up stuff and they haven't.
I warned you lot.
Then you tell her to stop waving those fags around under our noses. She's just trying to get our backs up.
Well,
No, honest, I never done nothing. Just ask Judy.
you can't expect me to protect you if you go looking for trouble, Burke.
They're just jealous. Listen, I don't feel safe with them working in the laundry. Couldn't you put me on kitchen duties tomorrow?
You're after something in the kitchen, are you, Burke?
No, honest. I just don't feel safe with him.
All right, then, I'll put you on the cleaning roster. Until then, I suggest you get back to your cell and stay there.
Yes, Mr. Fletcher.
I'd love you missing Kevin.
Yeah, I wish I could have another day out with him.
I wonder what he'll say when you tell him about the 1,500 smackers.
Yeah, he won't believe it when I tell him I got all that money just for a little painting.
Turned out to be a pretty decent wedding present after all.
I'll say. But I hope Kerry doesn't mind me selling it.
No, she won't. It's truth. She could sell all her paintings that much, she'd be worth a packet.
Yeah, lucky thing.
Suddenly there's a bad smell in here.
Still down for a fag? I'm soon going to have plenty.
Big deal.
Yep, enough for everyone.
Oh, yeah? At what price?
Oh, well, I won't be cheap. Not when they're so hard to come by.
How are you going to come by them? There's a limit to what you can have from buy-ups.
I'm not talking about buy-up. I'm talking about cartons and cartons of them.
What are you up to, you scrawny little snake? Now, when are you going to stop letting her hide behind you? Time you woke up to yourself. She's only using you, you know.
I know that.
And you are a damn fool.
That's my business, Bea.
Lizzie, Mrs. Huntley and her daughter are here to see you.
Marcia and Josie.
Yes. Well, come on, we don't want to keep them waiting.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll be damned.
Worried about Josie. She said she was real good friends with my daughter right up until the time she died. So I reckon Marcy'd want me to help him. Anyway, I told her I knew all along she wasn't my real daughter, but it didn't make no difference. It'd be nice if they could stay on at your house door and just till I get out.
Oh, yeah, sure they can, Lizzie.
That's what I told him.
Oh, no, thanks, Lizzie. I don't really miss them.
No, I'm giving them up.
Oh, come on, Bea. There's still a couple left, and Noeline will be here with some more very soon.
I'm not owing Noeline any favours.
What favours? Crikey, Lizzie had to pay $5 for that packet.
Yeah, and now she's only charging $2. I should have waited.
We go and Troppo not having any telly or anything. Can't you do something about it?
Oh, sure, I could just wave my magic wand and we could have all our privileges back in 2 weeks. Would that be all right?
I was only asking.
Okay, Bev, give them back. You're not the racers now. Will you keep those out of sight?
Oh, you're nothing but a bunch of criminals.
Oh, come on, Bea. We haven't had a cigarette in ages.
I don't know what's wrong with you lot. You have your privileges taken away for a couple of weeks and you turn into a pack of lily-livered scroungers.
Yeah, why don't you go and buy yours from Noeline?
And that's another thing. You let a little weasel like Burke rip you off just because you can't go 2 seconds without a fag hanging out of the corner of your mouth. You're just helping her feather her own nest. Don't you realise that? If you could hang out a bit longer, you'd teach little rats like her that they can't make a killing out of us every time we lose our privileges. Now, come on, have you got any willpower or not?
Well, it suits me, because I hardly ever smoke anymore anyway.
Well?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's much harder for an old woman like me.
Oh, Lizzie!
Oh, did you get any money?
She's not coming.
Why not?
She's got locked in the storeroom.
Oh, so that's where she's been getting the stuff.
Well, look, they've locked the gates to administration. Now, how are we going to get her out?
You're the one that tied her to your apron strings. You figure it out.
Look, the screws will find out.
Yeah, what a shame.
Well, we've had muster, so they won't find out until we go to bed. And you'll think of something, won't you, Bea?
Me, I'm not lifting a finger to help that little worm. And none of you are either.
Where's Burke? Well,
Oh, she's lying down. She said she wasn't hungry.
Yeah, she must have been gorging herself with all those biscuits she got at the buyer.
Served her right for not sharing.
yes, well, you're all on loss of privileges. She had no right sharing them. What's the matter, Smith? Not hungry? Or has Burke been passing something on to you?
The only thing she'd pass on to me would be a bad taste, like this muck you're trying to poison us with.
Well, at least Noeline won't be starving, eh? Not with all those cookies and candy she's got stuck away with her. Yeah, they sure would be nice later on with coffee, wouldn't they? Funny how you can get attached to little things like that.
Yes, isn't it?
We're out of coffee, too.
There'll be plenty in the storeroom.
Oh, yeah. Oh, except I'm on a diet. For Kevin, you know. I've already lost quite a bit of weight since the last buy-up.
I'm sure he likes you the way you are, honey.
You reckon?
Yeah. Oh, dear. Sure gonna be hard for you smokers, isn't it? Trying to get by without a fag. Nothing to take your mind off it, no telly even. And that last cigarette before you go to bed at night, eh, Lizzie?
So take up nail biting.
It's easy for you, isn't it? You're stronger than the others. Look, I don't think it's fair for you to put these women through this just because you don't like Nolene.
Okay, I'll give you a hand. For a price. Nolene gives us everything she's managed to get those grubby little hands of hers on, and we don't have to pay her 1 cent.
What?
It's that or no deal.
Yeah, okay, that's a deal.
How are we going to do it, Bea?
I'll sleep on it.
We got to get her out of there tonight.
We can cover for her until morning. Won't hurt that little rat to sweat a while. Might teach her a lesson.
Give that back, you little bitch! Give it back now! I'm trying to wait for it. It's almost the last one! Make it up for a change, greedy gut, see?
Let go of my arm.
Oh, birds, what?
Quick, Lizzie, catch.
Look what you've done, you mongrel!
It serves you right now. Get going.
Oh!
What are you doing, Bright?
Just seeing if Nolene's okay.
And what I can't figure out is why Judy is so keen on keeping Burke out of strife.
Yeah. She doesn't even smoke anymore since she had that thingamajig put in her ticker. Sure you wouldn't like a puff, Bea? It's the last one.
Will you shut up about it? I told you I was giving him up, and I meant it.
Well, maybe she's doing it for us. I can't wait until tomorrow night to have a cup of coffee and something to dunk in it.
What about your diet?
Oh, yeah.
She can't still be feeling guilty about Leanne's death. Anyone only has to look at Burke to see she's forgotten she even had a daughter.
Well, maybe she's putting up a tough front.
Nolene's tough front goes all the way through to her back. No. Judy's got something up her sleeve.
Come on, Mouse, don't take all day.
Are you deaf, Burke? Now get out of that bed at once. Will you stop that bird's work? I won't warn you again.
Okay, knock it off.
Well, thank you, Smith.
Any time, Fletch.
For this little stunt, you can all have extra duties in the laundry.
Oh, come, Moffat, we're already on extra time. You can't blame this lot for being toey with no privileges.
And you'll keep on getting extra duties until you can learn to behave. Now get moving, or you won't get your showers either.
You feeling all right?
It's just a headache.
Wouldn't be a hangover by any chance, would it, Vera?
Of course not. I was all right until that little ruckus. What's the matter with friend Burke?
I don't know. She must have been hungry.
She must have read the menu.
You shut up. They're getting suspicious, and it's only half an hour to muster.
Okay, let's go.
I still reckon you should let me do it. I've had more practice than the whole lot of you put together.
That's why it would look better if it wasn't you this time. We can't all get it.
It's okay, Lizzie. I've been watching you real good. You look. Ooh.
Hey, what's the matter, love?
What's the matter with you, Burns?
Oh, I feel real crook, Miss Bennett.
Yeah, come to think of it, I don't feel too good myself.
What do you do to the food, Vera? Poison it?
Don't talk rubbish, Smith. There's nothing wrong with the food.
Yeah, that's not the message I'm getting.
I told you that stuff tasted off. You had to shovel it all into you.
There's nothing wrong with the food. Well, it smells perfectly all right to me.
Then you eat it.
Oh, Miss Bennett, eat mine. There's nothing wrong with mine.
Mine.
Anybody else feeling ill? I better take them to the dispensary just in case.
I'll do it. I was going down that way anyway.
Yeah, the dog's the best cure, Miss Bennett. All right, all those feeling sick, fall out.
You know, girls, I we've got a damn good chance of suing this dump.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't be ridiculous. You probably just caught a virus.
Thank you, Florence Nightingale.
If you all think that's funny, you're probably not very sick. Don't just stand there. Help her up.
You're right. Come on. Come on. What's wrong?
What are you doing there?
Do it. Just didn't want to miss out on the fun, Miss Bennett.
Report to muster and then get to work.
You're killing me, Miss Bennett.
come on.
As much as I can take too, Miss Bennett.
I want to lie down.
You may not be well enough to work in the laundry, but there's nothing stopping you working on these things.
I'm as weak as a kitten.
You were only given an emetic. It'll pass.
Yeah, we noticed.
Must have been better actors than we thought.
Oh, Lizzie would have been proud of us.
Yeah, but why did they have to believe we had food poisoning? I feel as though I've thrown up all last night's dinner as well.
Yeah, well, at least it'll be good for your diet. Rightio.
Shop's open. 10 cents a fag, 5 cents a biscuit, and the coffee to the highest bidder.
Haven't you heard? You're giving them away.
Oh, go to hell. No freebies.
You don't think we went through that because we like you, do you, Burke?
Oh, what are you trying to put over me? I could have walked out of there any time I liked. I was just waiting for the right time.
Well, we spoke to your manager. Tell her, Judy.
Good on you.
I'm going to get you for this, Smith. I'll be waiting.
You see, we're not accepting this sticking up for Burke because you feel you owe a routine any longer. So are you going to come clean, or do I have to forget I'm a lady?
Okay, it's no big deal. I just feel sorry for her, that's all.
Bull.
Honest. Reed told her that if her family won't accept welfare, they're going to put those kids in a home. She's got 4 brothers and sisters under the age of 18 and a kid of her own. She's only trying to scrounge up a bit of money to keep out of strife.
Now, would you like to try again? Or do I have to break your arm?
Oh, damn. I want the money for myself. I was going to wait till she gets a bundle and then clean her out.
Now, that's more like it, but why?
I want it for when I get out.
Well, why don't you save up like the rest of us? You'd have a fair bit saved by the time they released you.
Because I'm not planning on being here that long.
If you're talking about escaping, you're out of your mind. We've all tried that. All it gets you is more time.
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
All right, then. It's your funeral. But I'll tell you something. I don't care if you rob Burke blind, but you try and make a fast buck out of us and you're going to have me to answer to. So you just find some other way to get rich quick. Not out of us. Do you get it? Will you put that away?
Why?
Because Burke could just take it into her mind to lag.
She'd be dobbing herself in. She wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't want to bet, would you? That's right. You're just telling me what I knew all along.
But that bitch has already tried pinching me bookie money. No one can feel safe with her around.
Just give her enough rope to hang herself with.
And what about her? Always pussyfooting around after Burke.
She's with us.
What are you doing in here, Gaffney?
Just telling these liars the next time they want to complain about the cooking, I'll give them something to complain about.
You're like making us eat the slop she dishes up.
Just a minute. Stop what you're doing and stand against the wall.
What's going on?
Just do what you're told, Smith.
What's this about?
Go on, back to the kitchen. All right, back to work.
Look, I think I'm going to be sick. Can I go to the bathroom?
You know, if you'd told us what you were looking for, we might have been able to help you. Watch the door.
Well, looks like this calls for a celebration.
Coffee, anyone?
Do you reckon that Judy's still in with Nolene B?
I'll see. Judy's not the type that throws the towel in that easily.
$5 on fire fidget and a 50.
At 50 to 1, it's like taking sweets from a baby.
I got it straight from the horse's mouth.
I want to be able to see my face in these floors this afternoon, Burke.
Yeah, I'd like to see it there too.
I've got to go to the loo, Miss Bennett.
You haven't finished in here yet. Can't it wait?
Only if you want me to embarrass myself.
Hurry up.
I'll soon see if Judy's giving Burke a helping hand. Oh. I don't know about you, love, but I'm taking a break. You two keep an eye on the doors.
Nice to see you all so well supplied. Any bets for this afternoon's races? How about you, Lizzie? Gonna take another fly?
I ain't got no money. Besides, gambling's a sin.
Yeah, you big losers break my heart.
Look out!
Get those bags out.
Later, I'll be
Later
down.
what, Gaffney?
It's later than I thought, Miss Bennett. I wouldn't want to keep anyone from their work.
You three don't seem to have enough to occupy yourselves. I'll see what I can do about that. Is there something wrong with your arm, Birdsworth?
Oh, no, Miss Bennett. I just needed a break. It's good for me ticky, you know.
You should be out of cigarettes by now.
Yeah, it's real funny, Miss Bennett. Just when I thought I'd run out and I was dying for a fag, I found a whole packet I'd stashed away for a rainy day. The Lord will provide.
Oh, God.
Now get to work, all of you, or there'll be trouble.
The Lord will provide.
Like the Lord helps those who help themselves.
Yeah, I reckon.
Reynolds' proposition. I take it you all approve of the idea?
Oh, we sure do, Mrs. Davidson.
I'm sure you realise that this is a privilege and will be withdrawn if you abuse it.
Oh, we wouldn't do that, Mrs. Davidson.
Or just make sure that you don't. To encourage you, normal privileges will be restored as of now.
Oh, terrific.
Well, that is all. Carry on with your work.
Ladies.
Bye. Oh, isn't he nice? Gee, Lizzie, I might even get to see Kevin somehow.
Yeah, and with a bit of a fiddle, I might be able to keep an eye on my newfound family.
All right, you two. That's enough of your half-baked schemes. We have just been offered a good deal. I'm not going to see either of you mess it up. That goes for the rest of you, too. Clear?
Yes.
Good. Clear? Yeah. OK, back to work. We don't want Mr. Reynolds to think we're not good workers.
I wonder how they're going to choose who's going.
You sound interested. Thinking about all those new clients, huh?
Something like that.
They could have their own bookie, you know. Remember what I said. No funny business. Anyone messes this up, they've got me to answer to. Is that understood?
Hey, I was watching, Matt.
Not now, you're not. No. She said she was watching it, Burke.
Yeah.
Now, you're all done anyway. What's so great about working in a factory? They rake in the dough and just rip you off. They're just conning you. Wouldn't catch me working there. Hey, Margot, when are we going to get them race results?
Psst. Belt up, Burke.
Oh, drop dead. I'll leave that to your horse.
I don't believe it.
Don't tell me a horse did drop dead.
I just don't believe it. The bloody thing won.
Oh, there's no justice.
40 smackaroos a week, Davo said.
Yeah, that's more than 4 times what we're getting in this dump.
Is that all you can think about, the dough?
What you mean?
The best thing about this factory, like, is getting out of this sweatshop and into the outside world, seeing a few human beings instead of screws all day long.
Oh, yeah, I'm a bit partial to the fresh air myself, but I wouldn't say no to the dough.
Me neither. You know what I'm going to do? Take Kevin for a real slap-up feed in one of those flash restaurants, and then I'll buy him, a watch. You know, one of those real good ones.
Yeah, that's what I want to get for Josie. One with a Mickey Mouse on the face. Or a real nice bangle.
Hey, Lizzie, I wouldn't count my chickens if I were you. I mean, you've got to get on the list first.
Oh, I'm a cert.
Oh, yeah? They'll say you'll steal the boss's booze.
Oh, me? I wouldn't do a thing like that.
Well, you've got a bad heart. Do you reckon you could stand the pace?
I never felt better in me life since I found me new family. I reckon I'll live to be 100.
You're way past retiring age, Lizzie. They're going to say you're too old to work in the factory.
Geez, Bea, you're a party pooper. They don't reckon she's too old to work in here.
Yeah, well, that's different. Hey, Lizzie, go easy on the cigarettes. You know Vera's counting the butts.
Got to have something to cheer you up when you get to my age, what with you and Dor going out and leaving me here
Not
on
me.
me.
I won't be going out with my record. Fat chance.
Get back to work.
Tea break, Vera. Don't see why we should slug our
Where did you
guts
get
out
that
when we're
cigarette,
elsewhere.
Birdsworth?
You talking to me?
I said, where did you get it?
Oh, Nolene give it to me.
Oh, you and Burke are friends now, are you?
Oh, no. No, I mean, I bought it from her. She's got plenty, you know. She got plenty in the last buy-up, enough to last her for months.
How many did she sell you?
2 or 3.
And when was that?
This morning before brekkie.
Oh.
Yeah, Burke sold them to her.
Yeah, 3 or 4, just before brekkie.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see mates sticking together. But I'm not that stupid. I'll find out where they came from.
Supposing she does ask Burke and she tells her she didn't sell them to me.
Nah, she's in this up to her neck herself. And Vera would have to tear that storeroom apart to find out where those came from.
Do you reckon she found out about the fags?
No. If she had, the undertakers would have been here to collect their remains by now.
Maybe Burke's got a brain after all.
What? She's as thick as 2 short planks. Vera doesn't know where to look, that's all.
Do you remember what you were saying about undertakers?
Oh, yeah.
All right, settle down. The governor would like a word with you.
I have received approval for a party of 6 to work at Mr. Reynolds' factory.
Come on, settle down.
Those going will be Robin Adams,
Yeah, I told you.
Doreen Burns, Judith Bryant, Gladys Harper, Irene Nagel,
She'd never work in her life.
and Beatrice Smith. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that any breach of discipline will mean that you will be replaced by another inmate. That is all.
Smith, that's outrageous.
Paul Reed made up the list.
I bet Vera never had any say in that.
Yeah, well, I'm real glad we'll be working together.
Oh, bad luck, Lizzie.
Look, you'll get another chance.
Pigs, I will. I lost my appetite.
Come on, Nolene. Listen, if you're that anxious to get that money out to your family, well, why don't you give it to me? I'll smuggle it out for you.
Yeah?
I'm happy to.
I don't know. Maybe you're dinky. I just don't trust no one that much. Not with Dot.
If I don't get the money out to your family, who will?
I will.
How can you?
You heard what Davo said. Anybody acts up, they get taken off the work party and somebody else replaces them. I think someone just might get sprung. Oh, Border helping agents.
What are you so happy about?
Nothing. Cancer sticks. Do you want one?
Only 2. Is that all you've got left from your last buy-up?
Yep.
And now you're off buy-up. But you're selling Birdsworth cigarettes.
What do you mean?
She told me she was getting her supplies from you.
No, that's all you know. Birdsworth and that Anderson bitch have got more fags than you could poke a stick at.
How could they? They've been off buy-up for weeks.
Didn't get them from buy-up. They pinched them from the storeroom.
Good try, Burke. But I've already checked the storeroom and everything's in order. Now, if you don't tell me...
I told you, Miss Bennett, Ridgy did. But if you counted every fag in the place...
I don't have to count them. All the cartons were there.
Was there anything in them?
Now, this is another one of your little jokes.
Well, why don't you check it out? They probably took them from the bottom and put back the empty cartons.
Looks like a tip-off was spot on, Vera. Look. Found them in Birdsworth and Burns' belongings.
Oh, Burns has kissed her work release goodbye. Did you search Smith's things?
Yeah, clean as a whistle.
Oh, it's a pity. I can't understand Mrs. Davidson letting a dangerous woman like that out on work release.
Yeah, well, you better get Birdsworth and Burns to the governor's office. See if she can get to the bottom of this.
With pleasure.
Wonder when you'll get your marching orders.
Eh?
For the factory. I mean, I don't mind being left here on my own while you two go jaunting off around the countryside.
Oh, don't be like that, Lizzie. We'll be working real hard and that won't be no good for your old ticker.
And you couldn't be doing that all the time either, not with a foreman watching you.
Make the most of that cigarette, Birdsworth. That's the last one you'll be having for some time.
What?
You and Burns come with me. We're going to see the governor.
But we haven't done nothing.
No? What about your little adventure in the storeroom? Very clever. Take the packets from the bottom and the theft won't be discovered for months.
How did you find that out?
Never you mind. Come with me.
It wasn't us.
Save it for the governor.
We've been set up.
Well, I wonder if Burke the Burke knows anything about this. I think I'll just go and find out. Well, Burke, on your hands and knees again, are you? Who are you crawling to this time? What do you want? Remember Dorian and Lizzie, mates of mine? Well, they have just taken the rap for you busting the storeroom cupboard.
Got to admit that lurker taking the packets from the bottom was a real brainwave.
Yeah, it was, but Dorian and Lizzie still got sprung.
What's that got to do with me?
I want to know how Vera knew.
Knew what?
The fags were taken from the bottom cartons and they were in our cell.
Beats me. Pity about Doreen, but don't reckon she'll be going to work in the factory after that.
You dirty laden bitch!
Will you stop that?
Oh, isn't that charming?
Fighting again like animals. How disgusting.
We better take Birdsworth and Burns back to the laundry. I'll take this pair to the governor's office. Come on, move it.
Good on you, B.
Look at you,
Come
Bert.
here.
Smith?
Burke's lying. She was the one that raided the cupboard.
Lagger.
You lagged on Lizzie.
All
and
right,
Doreen.
settle down.
Go on, Smith.
Then she got stuck in there overnight.
How did you get out?
I was never in there.
We had to go sick so we had a chance of getting near the cupboard to get her out again.
Oh, so that's the mystery illness you all had. Go on.
Then Burke starts handing out the fags, and when she gets sprung, lags on Lizzie and Doreen.
I presume you have proof of this, Smith. After all, it is only your word against Burke's.
Well, who else would lag? Then she thought up this little plot. She thought if Doreen got into trouble, she'd be taken off the factory project because Burke wants to go herself.
Now, what a load of crap.
I believe you, Smith.
Then Doreen can go back to the factory?
Yes. Burke, you will spend 2 days in solitary confinement for stealing the cigarettes. You're getting let off lightly. You could get an addition to your sentence. As for you, Smith, however much you think you are justified in assaulting Burke, I cannot allow you to take the law into your own hands. You will also spend 2 days in solitary confinement.
Yeah, well, I didn't expect to get away with it.
And you will be relieved of the privilege of working in the factory.
Yeah, you got yours, Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher.
All right, outside. Come on, move it.
You never learn, do you, Smith?
I got Dorian and Lizzie off the rap.
And yourself in solitary and off the project.
That must have made your day.
You should never have been on the list in the first place.
At least Doreen's going.
Oh, when you sacrificed yourself for her. How touching.
Burke.
Oh, just a minute, Mr. Fletcher. Change your clothes. You stink. Be nice having Burke for a neighbour.
Well, home sweet home.
Come in.
Smith, Mrs. Davidson.
Good morning, Smith. I won't bother to ask you whether you've learnt anything from being in solitary.
Well, then I won't bother telling you.
Nor will I bother to warn you what will happen if you break regulations again. You seem to be intent on making your life in here as unpleasant as possible.
Yeah, I'm punishing myself for my sins.
Shut up, Smith.
No doubt you've heard about Gail Summers.
Yeah, I heard.
Hers was a particularly unfortunate crime and one which will be dealt with by the courts and not by you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Crystal.
Good. Because I'm sure you wouldn't like what I have planned for you if anything happens to her. You may go. Oh, and Smith, your name is still on the list for the factory detail. But if you want to be in it, it will have to be on your own merits and not by someone dropping out for you.
on, come on. This is not a school reunion. Now back to work, all of you.
How are you, honey?
All right, babe.
I've been keeping it warm for you.
Ta.
I'll bet the fur will start flying now. You're back, A.B. You gonna get Gail? We never spoke to her like you said.
I don't know where you lot would be without me around to wipe your noses.
We got a new chum working the press. B, this is Gail Summers. Gail, this is B. Gail's in for knocking her kid around.
I don't see anyone.
Yeah, poor little thing. Only 3 he was, covered in big bruises, black and blue all over the poor little thing. You'd think someone would teach her a lesson, wouldn't you?
Then why don't you do it, Nolene?
Oh, yeah, sure, and then I'd finish up in the pound for you. I'm not doing your dirty work.
Then go and boil your head.
What's that, B? Going soft? Being in the pound too long made you go troppo, eh?
Oh, shut your trap, Nolan.
You shut yours. I'm talking to B.
You're not working in here, so shove off.
You little bitch!
Nolan, don't. What are you
Hey, come on, break it up. Get up there. Get up, Burke. What's this all about? Get on your feet, Burke. What's it all about?
She started it.
All right, come on, both of you outside. Let the governor sort this out. The rest of you, get back to work. Now, come on, move.
I bet Doreen got solitary. Silly little twit. Now, I still don't understand why she did it.
I reckon she's still trying to wag it from the factory.
Why doesn't she just report sick then?
Beats me.
What's the matter, love? You've been confined to cells.
Come on, love, you can tell us.
There's nothing to tell. Davo let me off.
Let you off? Is that why you're moping around in here?
No, I just don't want to go back to the laundry, that's all.
What did Davo say about the factory? Did you get off? Is that why you're upset?
Oh, just leave me alone, will you?
Okay, come on. It's none of our business. You know where to find us if you need someone to talk to, love.
Why'd you leave her then?
Because she obviously doesn't want us to know what's wrong for her own reasons. Now leave her alone. She'll come round when she wants someone to talk to.
These in now, B?
You gotta be joking. 2 minutes before knock-off time.
Oh, I didn't realise it was so late.
Yeah. It's good having a few extra hands around. We haven't done so much work for ages.
Yeah, well, tomorrow we slack off a bit. Otherwise, they'll expect us to do this much work every day. That's money you're flashing around, Margot. You owe me a few, Bob.
Can I give it to you tomorrow, B? I've had a bit of an unlucky day.
Don't tell me someone broke the bank.
Yeah, that piker at the factory.
What's this?
Oh, just one of the women there owes me a few bucks. I'll get it back.
From Betts?
No, I lent it to her.
That's not what you told me.
Listen, Margot, if you want to risk your neck running a book, that's your funeral. But you do anything to upset this work program, and I'll take those short odds of yours and cram them down your ever-loving throat.
Yeah, no worries. I'll get it back.
Well, you better, because no one stops that work party from getting out of here.
Struth. Can you smell something, B?
Yeah, it smells like a baby basher who hasn't washed her hands.
You reckon you ought to wash them for her, B?
Yeah, I will. When I'm ready. Which won't be for quite some time on account of Davo practically told me I'd go on that work program if I keep my nose clean. And I'm not going to bugger up my chances with the likes of her. Oh, Struth, we must be downwind of the sewer tonight.
Hey, can I butt a fag off you, girl?
No, go away.
Jeez, I thought we was friends.
Friends? After what you did?
Hey, you're still alive, aren't you? Bloody gutless B won't lay a finger on you.
Just leave me alone, will you?
Well, what are you staring at, lame brain?
Get lost, Nolan.
Gonna make me like you done before?
Listen, Nolene. If you don't get out of here, you're going to end up with 2 black eyes that are going to make you look like the Lone Ranger.
All right, you lot, come on back to the cells.
Hey, Doreen, keep an eye on Burke for me tomorrow, will you?
Yeah, okay.
Let me know if she does anything to muck up that work program. You got to remember, she's not too bright. You know, when she was at school, she even failed plasticine and sandpit.
Oh, one of these days, Smith.
Oh, look at me, I'm trembling with fear.
Yeah, well, I'll be thinking of you tomorrow when I'm working at the factory.
You work? Oh.
Somebody must be all thumbs around here.
Yeah, you just can't get any decent help these days.
Perhaps we're making her nervous.
Can't imagine why. Everyone knows how we feel about baby bashers. Know how you told me what she was like when she came in? Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. Just dying to see her kids again.
Yeah, so she could have another go at him.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, hear that, Lizzie? She wants us to stop it.
Stop it. Stop what? I ain't done nothing. I just made a remark. Not as though I'd done anything real bad.
Yeah, not like assault and battery on a 3-year-old kid.
Oh, stop it. Just stop it.
No, that's what the kid said too. Stop it, Mummy, stop it!
Oh, just get it over with. I know you're going to bash me. Just get it over with.
Hey, Lizzie, she's asking for it.
You don't have to tell me what I did. I know what I did. He was so little. And I hit him. He wouldn't stop crying. Oh, why do you have to punish me? I've lost me kids. Can't you understand?
Righto, what's going on? Summers, what's wrong with you?
Oh, pangs of remorse, Mrs. Barry. Shame you missed it. It was as good as a play.
Oh, you just don't understand. I'm worried sick about me kids. Oh, where are they? Who's looking after them?
Whoever it is, they have got to be better than you.
That is enough, Smith.
Tim won't look after them.
Mr. Reed, the social worker, will know what arrangements have been made.
Can I see him?
Well, no, not now. He's out.
They could be home by
You can
themselves.
see Mr. Reed when he's back. But you must behave yourself. Now, no more noise. And you lot, get back to work.
She sounded fair dinkum, Bee.
Like I said, as good as a play. Both got leather, huh?
Yeah, I nearly dropped dead of the shock.
Yeah.
Good news.
Oh, Mum was all right.
Not forgotten, huh?
Well, not yet anyway.
Well, neither am I, or so it seems.
Except from your family.
My sister. She finally decided to write to me after 20 years. I'm sure the strain nearly broke her arm. Still, I guess she had to write to me. Dad's got cancer.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Still, you never know. They fight that off for years sometimes.
No. He'll be dead before I get out of here. You know, he wants me to come home. He didn't want me to come home 20 years ago, did he?
Why? What happened?
Oh, well, someone I was in love with killed herself. They all said it was my fault. Well, it couldn't have been theirs, could it? They just caused her to lose her job, her self-respect, everything that held her together. All I ever did was love her. Anyway, that's when I packed it up and came here.
Didn't anyone stick by you?
Well, my family certainly didn't. I think sometimes Dad wanted to, but he just made noises about it. He didn't have the guts to stand up to the rest of the family. Families. Who needs them?
Oh, where's me bloody torch?
Screws catch you with that, Lizzie. We'll all be for it.
You'd have think she'd have memorised it by now.
Oh, good, if she hasn't. I have. Dear Grandma, tomorrow I go to hospital to get fixed up. Thank you for making it all come true.
And I wouldn't swap you for any other grandma in the whole world.
I'm fed up with you two. At least I shared my letter.
I shared mine.
Yeah, but Bee didn't.
Yeah, what did Ken say, Bee?
None of your business.
See what I mean? Plain bloody selfish.
You going to write back to him?
Oh, I don't know. I can't write letters.
Yeah, but you could write to him.
I need to show myself up. He writes like he went to uni. You know how old I was when I left school? 15.
You gotta write to him, Bee. He'll be expecting to hear.
Yeah, just write like you talk. It'll come out okay, Bee.
Oh, what's the use? I could write my guts out, and he'd still be out there. I'd still be in here.
Handspan, 5 to 1. Don't muck about with the ticket, because I can remember what I put.
Miss Bennett, can I have my phone call now?
What do you mean, your phone call?
We're allowed one a week.
You can have it in the morning.
Oh, I've got to have it now. Mrs. Davidson said it was all right for me to ring Kevin during rec time.
I'll ask the governor, but don't be surprised if she says no.
Oh.
You know we're going to have to get another player. I mean, three-handed poker's about as much good as a three-legged horse. How about you, Bea?
No, thanks. I'm not interested.
Dear Ken, it was really great to get your letter. It's the first real letter I've ever had in here. I didn't expect to be remembered, but I must say I rather like it. It sounded so much like you, too. Straight from the shoulder, and no bulldust. You're really going to have to forgive this note. I'm a bit out of practice after all these years, and I always did write like a camel waltzes. Nothing's changed. Well, it never does in here. But then why am I telling you that? I think I hate the winter most of all.
Thank God for the laundry. At least it's warm. Hey, why don't you use the trolley?
No, it's too much trouble.
You're really giving that pacemaker of yours a workout, aren't you?
She's loony. She was toting bolts of cloth around the factory as though she had a proper heart.
You know what she thinks? She thinks it's just when they put the pacemaker in, they took me heart out.
What do they do then?
They just put in a little machine, you know, and when your heart starts to slow down, it moves it along.
Does that mean you're bionic?
Only on Thursdays.
Right now, that's you all wired up. Very soon we'll see if we can get this machine working. You feeling comfortable?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. I don't think anything will show up. My bet is that you've had some electrical interference from some sort of machine.
Well, I was near the dryers and the laundry.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds as though I'll have to have another word with the prison authorities. I can't have my patients being knocked around like this, can I?
Don't worry, Doctor. It won't happen again.
Excuse me, Doctor. Do you mind looking after things here for me? I've got to go out for a moment.
Of course, officer. We're not going anywhere.
I won't be long.
Now then, let's see what we have here. Now, the normal electrocardiogram shows one wave corresponding to the activity of the atria and 4 waves corresponding to the phases of the ventricular beat. Now, in your case, with a pacemaker, the atria is bypassed. So, to all intents and purposes, yours is a perfectly normal ECG. Conclusion? There's nothing wrong with your pacemaker. Oh, damn. There's no getting away from these things, not even in the loo. Excuse me a moment, I won't be a second. Yes? What? Say that again, I can't hear you. Yes, well, look, I'm pretty tied up at the moment. Could you ask Dr. Morris to have a look at that? I forgot it was here this morning before the clinic. Look, it doesn't sound too serious. Just keep an eye on her, and I'll be there as soon as possible, all right? Yes, well, I'm doing an ECG at the moment, so it shouldn't be too long. Yeah, right, thanks. Goodbye.